All right, you wonderful weirdos. I got an unboxing from my uncle, and I got some stuff from a yard sale, and I want to share it with you because there's some actually pretty cool stuff in there. Little underground, little unknown things out there for you. But first, as always, I have to try to sell you some coffee because that's what helps pay for the yard sale stuff. Hey, what's going on, folks? This is your boy Pocan Joe to talk to you about Coffee Brand Coffee. We serve people that are tired of gimmicky advertising and branded companies that want to lecture you. At Coffee Brand Coffee, all we want to do is serve you freshly roasted coffee wherever you're at, whenever you want it. Consider Coffee Brand Coffee. Check us out, check our reviews out, and use promo code POCANJOE or the link down in the description to save yourself some money. Give me the opportunity to get you a delicious cup of coffee. All right, there you go. Check out Coffee Brand Coffee or my merch stuff down below. Keep you looking fresh, keep you feeling good. We can all get along. All right, so first, a little background story. My uncle has a little business in Maryland, outside of Baltimore, or inside of Baltimore, in the Baltimore area. And what he does is he's a picker, I guess is what you would say. I kind of see it a little differently than that because he kind of niches himself out. He specializes in that World War II or just veteran military type memorabilia and things of that nature. And then every now and then he'll find some just cool stuff. Like for a while there, he has some shirts from the 1940s, but they were Hawaiian shirts. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, I digress. So he goes on these estate sales, and he often finds things. And one of the things he knows is that I collect comic books. I talk about comic books here on YouTube. I'm sure you've seen him in my comments down below. Like, he's a very big supporter of the channel. He likes my post. Like, he's just a great guy. He's a good uncle. And he sent me some comic books that he found in an estate sale. He picked them up and sent them to his favorite nephew. So let's run through these and let's talk about what he actually got me because this stuff is actually pretty cool. So first off, if you don't know, Lassie had a comic book back in the day, way back in the day, like 1962, right? So this is actually kind of cool because in this particular issue right here, he actually goes, him and Timmy, I should say his name, Timmy and Lassie go to Africa, and let's just say we've made a lot of progress over the years. I'm not saying anything bad happened in it, but let's say there's some stereotypes in there that probably didn't need to happen. But it's all in good nature, right? It wasn't meant to be mean. So it's definitely an interesting story. It's definitely kind of fun. And I really like reading things from that era to kind of see how we've actually changed as a society. And it kind of tells us where we're going as a whole. That was way too deep for a comic book, but there you go. Next is this iconic cover of Lassie. I mean, that is just, I know I've seen that on walls before. Uh, Again, another just basic hero story. Lassie stories are always really, really good. This is from 1960, Volume 1. It's number 48. But it's just one of those classic covers. And to follow that up is another just iconic cover of Lassie. This is probably the most popular cover I know of Lassie. Again, same era. This is issue 47. The great thing about these is that they rarely did a continuation story. You know, and a lot of the things that you would go through or that our characters go through here are legitimate, like being lost in the woods or maybe not so much trapped in a well, but other things. So yeah, that's just an iconic cover right there, and for its age, it's about the condition I would expect. It's not too bad. Next, well, let's say you don't like dogs, but you love horses. Well, there was one for horses too. It's called Fury. And it's kind of the same concept as Lassie. The horse is like super aware of its owner and loves its owner and protects its owner and things along those lines. It's definitely an interesting book. But moving on, we got Master of Kung Fu. Got a couple of those classic monster covers there. Well, one monster cover and then his usual stands. That's really cool. I like that. Next, something I've seen, but I've never seen a number one of, and I hope to one day. This is Sugar and Spike. Think Dennis the Menace, boy and girl, right? And their shenanigans, right? Cool stuff. Look at this. Times are changing. That was an ad. I love it. Give them the guns. Next, a comic book I never heard of before, and if you know some information on this, please let me know down below, because I'm definitely interested in getting it, and it's called Bunny, and now I'm on the search for Bunny number 1. She's hip, she's mod, she's boss. See, girl boss, not a new thing. It was, you want to know how long ago this was? And you think, if it was in a comic book, yeah, 1970. Wow. Riding around on dolphins. And looked like an Archie in the Gang kind of. Yeah, it's an Archie in the Gang. Right? About weird relationships, stuff like that. I'm going to have to chase that down. That's just weird and eclectic enough to be in my weird and eclectic collection. So, odd way to put that, but I think that's accurate. All right, next. So, I don't know if y'all remember. One TV show that scared me when I was a kid was V. Remember when they ripped the face? Oh, my God. Like, that was terrifying to me. And, of course, they do it in the comic book as well. And there's a couple of just random issues of it here. I know I have a bunch of random. I may have a full run already. I got to go to the comic book club. So, V. Great. Aliens coming to Earth, the whole 9 yards. Very Scientology kind of focused. Right? It's kind of weird. Anyway, so next we got these classic comic books, and I love these books. These kind of military-driven type books. We got Fighting Marines. This is issue 139. We got Fighting Army. Right, number 86. That cover looks familiar to me. I don't know why. I'll have to look that one up. Here's another iconic cover from this era. Fighting Army, number 80. Right? I love that. Oh, man. Let's see here. Fighting Army, number 98. Again, I think these are just kind of just general comics right here. That's alright. They still got great stories in them. Now, this is the one that's been driving me crazy, and I really... For all you military comic book collectors out there, I know you exist. I'm racking my brain on why I know this book, and I cannot find it anywhere. And it's GI Combat number 229. And for some reason, this cover it's stuck in my back of my mind. Somebody's been talking about this. I'm not sure what it is. Like, I checked Key Collector. I've checked... guide, but somebody was talking about this book, and it was just really weird. Also, GI Combat's always a great one because there's multiple stories in it, and it kind of gives you a GI Joe feel in it, like the cartoon, because there's different people, different skills. In this one, there's some guys that can like ski, like that's their military specialty. It's weird. It was a weird time, right? But again. 229. Somebody's been talking about that book, and I cannot for the life of me think of why. Next, we got a weird one for you. We got G.I. Joe. I'm on G.I. Joe now. G.I. Combat number 220. I like this one because we kind of got this kind of the loneliest tank in the war. Right? Just great all-around combat stories. Let's see here. GI Combat number 232. Oh, we're doing the doppelganger thing where we got two guys. No, it's him. No, it's him. And then a ninja guy, scuba diving guy. Duel of the Iron Men. It's pretty cool. These things have a lot of cool stories in them. They need to kind of bring that back. All right, so some of the other comic books that were from them that I got here that seemed to kind of stick out too. Binky's Buddies, number 1. This is from 1969. This is a kind of a find here. Definitely. Another odd one. It's a little rough condition, but I think we can get it pressed out. It's Get Smart, number 2. I don't even see this book anymore. It's ridiculous. We can get this pressed out a little bit and save it. Now we just need to get Smart number 1. Gotta go chase that down now. All right, next we got, this is kind of a weird thing. Batman Double comic. So as you can see, it's your, right, it's a collection. 12 and a half pence. How are you giving somebody, do they have a coin called a half pence? I seriously want to know. Like, how do you get, it's like gas prices. I think they just make stuff up. So in here you get a collection of some iconic Batman stories in here. In this particular one you get Pip, the Joker's first sidekick, that little midget dude. You may remember that iconic cover. Yeah. Right, great little reprints in here. What year did these come out? Let's see here. This is reprint of Batman 188 in 1966. That's a Razorhead. I actually have that book. That's funny. So yeah, these are fun little things. Looks like they were somewhere. I'm going to say England, unless somebody else uses pens. I don't know. But these are kind of cool. I have to look into that a little bit more. And probably the piece de resistance is Superheroes Monthly. Yeah, I'm saying it. So in here, again, you get these really great black and white reprints of various, but you also, in this particular one, get movie clippings from, of course, the Superman movie that's being advertised on the front. Plus, I just love that cover. Right? And if you don't like it with the titles, bam, they took care of you. But yeah, you get a little Batman, Jimmy Olsen, a little bit of Superman action in here. It's really thin. And the fact is, because the awkward size of this, it's kind of weird. But again, 40 pence, and you are rocking it out. That is really cool. It's super cool. So, and there's more, folks. Let's jump into what I picked up at the yard sale. This is short haul for these right here. I got Aquaman number 452. This is the Mantis, I want to say exposing himself, but that would come off wrong, but revealing who he is. His first issue was a little bit before this one, but this is him saying, hey, I'm the Mantis. I'm Black Mantis. Exposing myself. Alright, next, just an iconic cover. Flash 198. I always like these kind of desperate covers. You may remember that GI Combat one that I have with the kid kind of in the same kind of pose right here. So yeah, that's a great classic here. Go with the Villains collection. Got to put it there. I got X-Men 24 with Locust. The Plague of Locust. Old school. That's an old school X-Men right there. Yeah, some kid. I mean, what kid doesn't do that? Heck, today as an adult, if I'm bored long enough, I start filling in O's and P's and A's and start coloring in the spaces. So it is what it is. And all these were discounted a certain amount off too. Something I was surprised to see, because most of what he had here was stuff around this realm here. And then I came across this little gem right here. This is Superboy number 75. Just their iconic, gimmicky, kind of fun covers. Trying to give him a spanking. It's just not working. Teach you. Next, I have this book, but this seems like a cleaner copy. Black Knight number 1. I just always like that epic cover. And just to be on the bandwagon with everybody else, I went ahead and got myself a Wonder Man number 1. I don't know how many of these I have yet, but if I have too many, I know they'll go in an auction before a movie comes out. All right, guys, that is it. Again, I'll link my uncle's military store or picker store down below. Definitely go check it out if you like old stuff. If nothing else, you'll just see some cool stuff. History Keepers LLC. What a great name. Let's see, Evil Era Project at the end of the month. Mondays and Fridays, comic book read along, and Wednesday comic book haul. I'm a busy bee, but that's okay. So definitely swing them by and check everything out. Check out my socials. I tell funny jokes on there and share memes. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. It's a busy life. We got to go. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.